no matter if it's the algorithm or articles, you probably heard this. Save if you just save $250 a month in an IRA and then invest that within VOO, your money will grow. Or you probably have seen save $500 a month or whatever, and then you're probably looking at your budget, your paycheck, and the math of it all. It's like hell no, nah, because that figure that they're giving is not funneling down to your funds. And the whole notion of me starting with this video with talking about that and bringing it back is because oftentimes you will see that in the creative or the picture or on strolling on any kind of social media, you know, and you're like, that's a cool goal, but how does that go with my flow of my cash flow? I try to make it rhyme, but to give the context around it is that you can see around that you need to save 500, you need to save 250, but you probably looking at the meme that I posted where after I paid all my bills for the month, I only got $23 or $50 for me. So the what of you saving $1,000 is that what we want to talk about, but the how is the context I want you to funnel on when we're talking about your funds. My bad. My name is Nadia. I'm a financial planner as well as an educator. Help people understand the wallet that they have while they build the wealth that they want to. So in this video, we're gonna move away from the cute breakdowns that articles will give you or algorithms will try to make you feel bad about, and for you to find the funds within your portfolio. Well, not portfolio. Technically, let me keep this because when you think about a portfolio, you oftentimes go to an investment. And if you look at your paycheck is kind of the contributions that you have to the overall portfolio of your life and making it run. The better that you build your budget, the better that you understand your paycheck, the better that you understand your expenses, meaning like the stock that you invest in or anything or bonds or crypto or whatever, the better that you research those funds for investing. It's the same way that you need to investigate or research the funds that you have for making your life run. And I wanted to focus on the $1,000 because typically that's what people gold money is. And I know that you probably have heard about saving for your emergency fund, that it should be 3 to 6 months or whatever of your how much your life runs. But if you don't fully understand how much it costs for your life to run, how to find your savings formula or how to just get started, that $1,000 is going to be a nice screenshot, but it's not going to actually be a clear showing within your money. So many times you'll get over in about that you need to save $1,000. But the thing that I have been very cognizant about over the last couple of months, especially when it comes to my financial planning as well as my education side of it all, is that when you understand that yes, you might want to save $1,000, but you need to focus on the sum of what you can do. You need to look at your budget, determine this is what I can do. It's probably $5, $25, $100 every paycheck or every month, and understand how you can make that sum create a bigger sum over time, because the building blocks of the milestones that you will get to that bigger goal is critical. Because the same way that you will save the $100, you'll save the $50, or you save the $500 or whatever to build up to the 1,000 or even more, that formula is going to be key for you understanding how financial planning looks for you. No matter if you have the $500,000 in assets to work in a financial planner or trying to figure out a way to get a $500 emergency fund, the small grows big. So the stat that I found was around that 57% of U.S. adults are unable to cover $1,000 emergency expense, not only just from their savings, but period. So even if you had it in your savings, that savings could potentially just drop or shift around your whole money budget, wallet, bank account, or whatever. So the intention of this video is to move you from being that 57%, if this is you, over to being that 43% that are able to cover a $500 emergency, a $1,000 emergency, because I want you to not look at the 3 to 6 month emergency fund that you need to have to handle in case an opportunity or emergency happens, but for you to start small. So that 3 to 6 months could look like 5,000, 10,000 or more. But if you're not understanding how to save the 100, scale to 500, and then scale to 1,000, it's going to be hard for you to jump from 0 to 3 to 6 months of expenses. Am I correct? Maybe I'm not for you, but I'm just keeping it real. So in this video, we're going to talk through different key points about it. And you already know, if you've been following this channel, I'm going to start with you doing an audit of your wallet. The reason why is because if you want to save $1,000, right? How are you going to know where to pull the money from? You're going to have to do an audit of your wallet to see what am I currently doing when it comes to spending? What am I doing when it comes to budgeting? What am I doing when it comes to saving? And build your plan. Think of it like emptying out your wallet onto the table. And I've seen this exercise over the years of watching personal finance. And somebody said, if you have receipts in your purse or your wallet, whatever, just take it out, and it's printed on you as a checkbook or a ledger of your spending over time. And your financial audit is going to be the reason why I want you to look at your receipts. I want you to look at your bills, the whole lot of it. Now I want you to, instead of just shoving it into your wallet, I want you to really watch not only what you're saving, how you're spending, or whatever, but to highlight your bills, random spending, or any savings or investments, within it all. So after you take out everything from that, I think I talked about this in a previous video, is for you to pull your bank statements from the last couple of months to write down and to categorize bills, wants, needs, and what the hell's. Pretty much just like, where did this expense come from? And I want you to get a pen and a pad and just do out a highlight of what you spending within those key groups. So I had a client do this, is because it become a little bit messy, but also you have to have a mess before you can make a meaningful foundation to grow. But my client, though, she realized that she was having random shopping experiences. I think I tweeted out about this, that she was, oh yeah, I'm using my credit card, but she didn't fully understand how much she was spending, what was she spending emptily on. Emptily, is that a word? Like the empty spending, that's where I'm going to. But from her eating out to her random trips to her this or whatever, you can still find a way to live the life you want. But if you're understanding how much the life you have now costs, you can't really fully budget. Like I say, you can't manage what you don't track, and audit will allow that. Is setting the realistic financial goals by looking at what you currently do on the day-to-day. So what you do today actually will accumulate or compound over to what you would do tomorrow. But like I said, at the top of it, grab a pen and a paper. You're going to track your non-essential spending, anything outside of bills and groceries and things that you have to have. Like if you have to have medicine, that is not considered a non-essential. That is very key essential to keeping you around, okay? Then I want you to gather your banking and credit card statement for the last 3 months. Then I want you to can do the categorization like I called out a couple minutes ago. I want you to do that within the paper, and then whenever you get from that, go to your budget app to see if anything else that they're catching. Some of the budget apps that I really love is Monarch Money, Copilot, and YNAB. Good, I got it this time. They can help with tracking it, because you can sit there and say, these are my bills, these are my needs, these are my wants, and these are my what the hells. And it can actually break it down a little bit more deeper than that. So you're going to get the pen and the paper. You're going to pull your credit card and bank statements, and then you, for the last couple of months, and then you're going to break it out into different sections. And then you're going to say, okay, this is what's going on. And then I want you to take the step further. I want you to go look at your budget that you have currently to determine, hey, maybe I need to allocating for is not really what I'm spending or swiping on the day-to-day. Whenever you do those steps of getting your pen and pad, tracking your banking and checking statements, because honestly, the statements will show you not only the date that you brought it, what did you buy, but it also will give you an intel into how were you feeling and your behaviorisms about that. But we're going to talk about that a little bit later. This is going to help you stay on track so you can see progress towards your financial goals. And if saving $1,000 is a financial goal, you're not going to just sit there and say, oh, I'm going to color in this piece of paper. No, you need to figure out within your spending and your budget, how is that going to be possible? You're pretty much taking that $1,000 when you're doing the audit. Let me take a step back. When you're doing the audit, you're looking to see, this is what I have and this is what I could allocate towards that $1,000. Then you're gonna be working that way. You're working your way back from saving that $1,000 to saying, well, how long is it gonna take me to save $100? How long is it gonna take you to save $50? How long is it going to take you to save $100? How long is it going to take you to save $500, and so forth? So whenever you make that goal and you look at your financial audit, you're able to look at, this is the big ass goal or bag. This is the breakdown of how I can measure those goals. So you're going to track what you're currently doing, and you're going to measure yourself against how long is it going to take, and then align it to your day to day. What's the thing is saying that you need to have SMART goals? This is kind of a way for you to do SMART goals in real time, saving $1,000. In the video right here, but we're gonna keep it going. Then the next portion of it, you know what I'm going to tell you to do. If you've been following me for a while or not, if it's true, it's up. If not, it's okay. Welcome. The thing you know I'm going to tell you where to put the money is your high yield savings account. High yield savings account, everybody and their mama acting like this is a whole new thing, but I remember, and I went back to my Meta Facebook memory showing back in 2017, me talking about a high yield savings account and a high yield savings account APY. APY is that critical thing that determines the difference between a regular savings account and a high yield savings account. On a regular savings account, you're pretty much going to be seeing, if any, a penny or 0.01%. So whenever you save money, you're going to get, in a regular savings account, it's going to be on a penny. I don't care if you save $1 or $1,000, it's going to stay very low. But when you go over to a high yield savings account, now they're yielding 4% or higher. Whatever they pay is this, how much is the interest is going to be yield back to you, right? Okay. So back in the day, there was 2017. Comparison to where it is right now at 4 point whatever 5%, it was 2.75 or so. I'm gonna put it in here. But the thing around it is that it still was more than a 0.01%. The reason why I want you to still add your money to a high yield savings account is because we're starting to see the APY go down due to the Federal Reserve acting up. It is what it is. But I still want you to save in them. I don't want you to ditch them just because you're not getting 5 or 6% like you was. It is what it is. Rates on mortgages, rates on cars, rates on credit cards or whatever fluctuate. They go up and down. And high yield savings accounts is no different in CDs, certificates of deposits. So I have 3 videos on the channel talking about high yield savings accounts. But the reason why I'm adding this to the top of the video is because whenever you're starting to save or automate that $1,000, that I want you to give it a place to live, and a high yield savings account is what I would tell you. Equating this amount over the next year comparison to if it's in a regular savings account. So I know you want to save that $1,000, you want to save that $100, but as you put money into that, that's going to give you even more back, which is going to accelerate that savings rate that goal that you're focusing on. So let's get into those ways that you can save that 1K. Shall we? Before we get into the ways that you can save, I wanted to give this little tip that I put over on Threads, X, or whatever you want to call it. Before you get paid, before you know that check get ready to hit, the wire get ready to tap, check your account balance of your main checking account. Leave enough to cover anything that could be coming out overnight, and that can handle that, so it won't pull you into overdraft. And then consider moving what's left over into a high yield savings account. Think of it as like setting the pace for your savings, and the audit is going to show you what you potentially could have left over and help you figuring out what to do with that extra. It's like even if you don't have $25, $50 or whatever, even if you have $5 left over that you can smooth, or you can have $20 left over that you can move, that you're still starting. This is putting your perspective around saving regardless of how much you have. So like I said, before you get paid, look at your bank account, a measure to your budget to see if anything else will be coming out, and make sure you leave enough, just enough, so you don't get pulled into overdraft, and move that bus. Remember that show? Anyway, move that bus or move whatever's left over into a high yield savings account. This is setting the pace for your paper to grow it over time, and for you to get close to that $1,000. And let me see. And then another thing that I have been talking about before is to pay with the whole pay yourself first, that you already know when you get paid that at first you already know how much you're going to pay yourself in the percentage, or how much the dollar. Okay, so before the check hits, you will move money. So when the check hits, you're going to move some money. You already allocate and you already automate what you're going to say when you get paid. So before you get paid, you already going to put some money over there. And when you get paid, you're going to pay yourself first for later. The notion is that yes, you're paying yourself first, but as you go through the months, days and months and stuff of getting used to doing that, that you're going to bump it up every quarter. Maybe it's 1%, maybe it's more, $5 more, maybe it's 10. Figure out your money so you can find funnel to how you can fund your goals. By automating the transfer, you're essentially paying yourself first before you even figuring out what you got to do. But this goes back to you understanding your audit, doing an audit of your wallet, looking at your budget, and then figuring out which way are you going to budget your money before and after you get paid. So this will allow you to hit your $1,000 quicker. Next is I want you to look at how much did I spend on that? Meaning track your spending. You can't measure what you can't track. That is a thing that I have been saying at the top of my lungs, and it's a hill that I would die on. So one of the things I want you to do is the first one is when you look at your bills, and everybody's been saying this when it comes to their light bill, gas bill, when it comes to their auto insurances, you're surprised at how the hell inflation is impacting are inflating the cost of your light bill, inflating the cost of your water bill, inflating the cost of your cable bill, and so forth. Then the way that I wanted for you to change that is to do a budget correction. I've been talking about this, but one of the ways to do that is to negotiate your regular bills, such as your cable, such as your internet, your phone, even your insurance, like your auto, rental, anything of that, more homeowner insurance. Think about it. You're negotiating your salary, so I want you to negotiate your bills. Negotiate what you getting paid, and you negotiating what you're paying in the same retrospect. The benefits of doing negotiating your bill are real. So you're lowering your payments can mean that you're having even more money to save towards that 1K. And when you say having towards your savings goals, it's easier to flow. Interestingly enough, I have something called money scripts over on my website, the blog portion. And for you to negotiate, I'm giving you money scripts or things to say when you call those people, like representative. But you are like, hey, I see that on my cable bill, my cable and my internet bill, I've been paying this amount for a long time, and I noticed that it bumped up. And for me to try to stay and be a loyal customer to you, are there any promotions or anything that you have that I could take advantage of? And if they say no, just say, hey, I'm going to cancel. So what you're doing is finding ways to look within your bill to see what you could negotiate within the bill using the money script from our website, negotiating, and whatever you're saving from that, you save in your high yield savings account. Cool. The next one is I want you to do the pay up method. I talked about this over on Fast Company when it came to tax returns, but we're going to apply this here because if you remember the formula that I had, that anything that you save, so okay, say for instance you set the budget that you want to pay $150 on your light bill, but your light bill determines to be only $100. That $50 difference, you're going to take that $50 difference and move it to either a high yield savings account or make it a credit on your bill. So whenever you're working towards saving $1,000, that $50 difference that you have is going to, it could be a credit, but maybe you could take a portion of that 50, make a credit, or you're going to take another 20 that's part of that 25, or splitting the 50 in the middle and moving that over to your high yield savings account to help you get what? That 1,000K quickly or quicker. So the payment method is applied here. A lot of the methodologies and things that I have been talking about on this channel company is things that you can do with regular people. Because I'm so sick of hearing, oh, if you invest $500 in a VOO, that you'll have all this dough. But people really can't find $500 extra to put in an emergency fund. The math is not math. So that's why I come to help subtract the bullshit. Okay. So the next one is I want you to keep it tactical. I want you to look within your budget to identify ways and areas that you can scale back. No matter if it's $10 a month, $25 a month. I think, what's her name? Mia Ray called it that you're losing 50 every paycheck or every week. That technically it's the same retrospect. Same. So you are finding ways that you can take that $50, $25, $10 and pay yourself or rotate it over into a high yield savings account. The ones that are high yield savings accounts that I recommend is Ally. I recommend Mock is by Goldman Sachs, Capital One, Discover, as well as American Express. So whenever you find the 25, 50, 25, $10 or whatever, you move it over there. Another place that you can find those savings is in your subscription. You probably looking like, damn, where I got all these subscriptions from? all this people been talking about this when it comes to Apple products right now. When you go and you getting charged by Apple for something, app or whatever you ain't know that you had. I'm gonna make a video around how to find that and to fund that, okay? Because that's becoming a calamity for people right now. So when you use Rocket Money to go see what subscriptions that you have, it will scrub your accounts and suggest for you to cancel them. That's where that extra $10, $25 from those canceled subscriptions can move over to a high yield savings account. Next, we're going to figure out what grocery bills can drain your budget. I want you to start tracking not only your grocery spending for the month, but how long the groceries actually last. This will help you better plan for future shopping trips and cooking at home, which most people sometimes, depending on the family, could make it cheaper. The thing I want you to do whenever you are tracking your grocery shopping and your usage per se, you know how to have for clothes is cost per wear, cost per grocery, something of the sort. So whenever you looking to see, okay, I can go buy this all this stuff and it's going to have create this many meals, or you can compare the price for that comparison to you buying something. Some things it may be cheaper for you to eat out. Sometimes it might be cheaper for you to cook or chef it up. But also another thing is to think about is your time is money. So determine which one is going to be the best for your budget, as well as your time, as well as the overall consumption of that thing. So if you're noticing that, I've been noticing, what is it? Produce is not used from certain stores. It's not lasting as long as they used to, which annoys the hell out of me. So I'm noticing I'm going to have to go to certain stores, or I'm going to have to cut back on certain things. I sometimes go to Sam's, and I know there's certain things I get from Sam's, certain things I get a big box, but I know how long it's going to last. Like this big ass thing of collagen that I know is a big. I put the picture here that I'm looking at when did I buy it, how much did I buy it for, how often did I use it, and how long will it last. That's the same thing I want you to do when it comes to your grocery shopping essentials like that. Then whenever you are going to the grocery store, the same way that you budget for the grocery store before and make that list, I want you to budget your time within going to their grocery store. Why? It's because if you set the limitation for the trip itself, you are more probable to not spend as much. Yeah, I know you want to go get the samples. I know that you want to go see, ooh, what is that? But when you put a limit on not only your spending, but how much time you're spending in there, you're going to eventually save. Unless you got kids, and the kids be kidding and be wanting everything. You like, are you kidding? So sales are great, but do not get sidetracked. Sometimes what could be a sale. I had a TikTok about this when I went to the grocery store and something was on sale. It was really a sale, and I compared the Sargento, it was cheese, the Sargento towards the Tillman Cook towards the store brand, and how much would it be and how long would it last. And I've determined that the Sargento being on, I think it was, I posted the thing, was on sale, but the breakdown of how much of the units I was getting, it was making it cheaper than the other brands. So I picked the better quality for the good price. So even though you want to stock up on staples that you use, I want you to stock up on staples. If you're noticing that buy one get one free, and you use it all the time, and it makes a sense, and you're probably not gonna use it this week, but you're gonna use it a couple weeks because you know you want to do Taco Tuesday, but use some shrimp, but you know the shrimp is on sale and buy one get one free. This will avoid you with overbuying things that you don't need, because technically you're not just buying because it's on sale. You're buying the sale, but you're making it fit well within your planning of a sort. So just because it's cheap doesn't mean that you need to be buying it. Okay? Simply what you save from shopping, what you save from different things, you technically are saving into a high yield savings account going towards that what? 1K. You know about utilizing gift cards, but have you thought about doing them this way? Me and one of my friends were talking about how we've been utilizing gift cards to stay on budget. Most of the time when we talk about gift cards, it's for Christmas, holiday, birthday, whatever day or what have it, but it's a good way for you to budget and stay on your track your spending. So the thing that I would love to say is you go back and look how much you usually spend on something. You go buy a gift card to, let's just go ahead and use what I know, Starbucks. You're gonna get points for doing that. And Dunkin', Dutch Brothers, whatever, cool. But you're preloading that card, but it's setting the pace for your spending. And then whenever that card is out, you don't go just reloading. No, no, no. You take it back and say, this is what I usually spend, and this is how long it takes me to go through it. So this is what I'm going to do after. When it runs out, I'll run home and utilize what I have, or just gotta wait till payday. So gift cards are a good way for you to track your everyday expenses, for you to pay some, and for you to limit your purchases in a sense. So I just think of it like doing prepay on certain things, and you're unlikely to overspend if you do it. If you have the discipline to track your balance, to know your pace of spending there, and to not automatically just reload. If you don't get paid, or if it's in your budget, that's what you do. Don't go overspending just because you say, "Oh, I'm out." No, that's not what this is about. Another thing is for you to look for tips on gift cards themselves. So I know Harris Teeter. If you hear me say Harris Teeter, you should know where I'm located at, right? Certain retailers or whatever do promotions where you can get a bonus card or a bonus amount for that purchase. And I know Costco, Sam's, all those have a lot of gift cards. I'm actually going to do a reel or TikTok around gift cards and things to look for to see if you're actually getting a deal. So look out for that. So this will allow finding the promotion to save money while you pay your money is perfect, and it's high key. So making small changes, like what we talked about in budget corrections, like what we talked about tracking your money, those can make big results, and it will layer up to you finding ways to save 1K. And it's about embracing you're the expert here. This is because you know your money, you know how you feel about your money, and you're understanding the behaviors around it, and you're making a better change for you to hit those goals. Say for instance that you know that if I cut back my expenses on going to Starbucks and I only spend $25 a week, which is going to be $50 every 2 weeks, but I usually spend $150. So whatever you would have saved, that's going to put you on pace to save $100 in probably a couple of months, $500 in this whatever, $1,000 whatever. So yes, you can cut the expenses or whatever to cut your expenses on your cable bill, but are you going to be disciplined to move the savings over to your savings? You get what I'm saying? That's what I want you to think about when it comes to saving not only $1,000, $100, $500, or whatever. Shit, saving $5. Some people can't even find the means to save $5. So whatever you're able to find that sum of any money will increase your sum. Going over into the financial planning aspect of it. Interestingly enough, when I started to formulate my company, one of the things that I have noticed with working with people, not necessarily, oh, you work with Affluent. No, I don't. Go look at my website. Is that I noticed that yes, you want to build your financial plan for a financial future, but you don't understand what's going on in your present. You don't understand what's going on with your budget. You don't understand what's going on with your spending, your saving, or whatever. Those are like the foundational aspects of building wealth, of finding what wealth looks like for you. So going to the budgeting, cash flow, and all those things. The reason why I wanted to actually move a portion of my business to focus on those key things because the average person doesn't even know, 82% doesn't even know about a high yield savings account, let alone having one. A lot of people do not track their spending to know if they're overspending. Reason why is because when you're understanding what you're doing on a day to day, you'll understand how to move your money for now, couple years down the line, and for generational wealth that you post that you said that you want. So that's the reason why I wanted to start talking about the regular things when it comes to money, because that can make you do abnormal things to grow it. So when you figure out what you're doing on a day to day, you're making sure that your budget is good. You're making sure that you're saving $100 or $10, $5. Those little things add up. You're understanding, oh, I have an IRA. I'm not only contributing, I'm buying funds that's going to grow it. Oh, I'm understanding what's going on with my 401k. I'm matching, but I'm also matching with the allocations to make it grow. I know that I want to buy a house one day. This is how I'm handling my rental process. That you understand the small things that you're doing. Also that, oh, I know I need to do better about my money, but I don't know how it's moving funny because I don't follow my budget. I say that I have a budget, but I really don't follow it because the budgeting style doesn't really profile my reality of my money. That's the reason why I have started talking about the basics of it all, because the basics of the foundation of your money is what's going to build it over time. So like I said, you start with where you are to get to where you want to. If you can't handle $10, how are you going to be able to handle $1,000? How are you going to be able to handle the $10,000? This is what these videos I am doing are about. Doing exercises like this with your money that you have now will give you a clear picture down the line of what you're spending, and your habit of saving will be whenever you get however much money you want, the vision board that you have or whatever. And then, of course, starting your business. If you want to start a business, this has been the biggest lesson for me. How are you going to not commingle your funds, but understand how your business runs? Do you need to be saving within your business to handle the taxes? That was a big thing that I learned as a business owner. The reason why I'm talking about these things, yes, I'm a financial planner. Yes, I'm a financial educator. Yes, I've worked in banking. Yes, I messed up with money. Is because for you to even have a sound financial plan, no matter if it's one of those grandiose, no matter if it's me or anybody else, I want you to focus on where you are and build towards you want to be. Those things of understanding your budget, understanding if you're using the right budgeting style, understanding how your spending habits look like, what are your investment goals, how is your risk tolerance, what you learn on your level, your ground level, is going to compound into having a sound financial plan. And that is the reason why I started my company, is because a lot of people see that they need to understand their money and they need to learn and leverage their money. But while you are on maybe on the side of people that need to make more money to have more money to have the money to manage their life, I want you to fully understand what's going on with your money now. You're sick of seeing things on social media telling you what you should do. Save the 500, invest the 250, anything of that sort. Buy the house if you know that you can't handle the things that come with a house. That might even be another video where you understanding where you are with saving money, investing the money that you have, having a 401k and knowing what the hell it is and how to do it. Things like that. When you understanding that level there, I don't care what algorithm says or the article say, that you know what's going on with your money so you can grow it. That is the reason why I started my company, is because everyday people need to know what's going on with their money and understanding how financial planning is for all, not just for the affluent. So understanding your picture of your spending, your saving habits and things, it compounds to your financial goals. It compounds to the life that you want to unfold. That is the reason. And if you're starting a business, like I said, that you, if how did you know you're going to be able to save for your taxes if you don't know how to save for anything else? Now, even if you have taxes that you have to pay back as a uh, entity, not a business, that you, how are you saving towards that? So the little things you learn right now within your money is not little and you're not little. The things that you learn with your money right now is going to compound to things that you want later. If you do retire comfortably, yes, you might not have a 1.3 million, but if you know how to find different income streams right now to funnel for later, that's just as good. So let me know in the comments if any of these tips helped you with saving $100, $1,000, or whatever. And what are you going to use to save towards your 1K? The thing I want you to keep in mind though is that whenever you understand that you're saving 1,000, you're looking at your budget, you're looking at your spending, you're making changes. I want you to work your way backwards to see how long it's going to take. Get real with it. Not necessarily looking at your money, but looking at what is going on with your life and for you to save it. Any extra money you get, a bonus you throw at it. So this is just making you very focused on your funds while you're growing it. So even if you're able to save $100 or $1,000 or whatever, that's cool. I just want you to get cognizant on your money so you can concentrate on growing it and letting it compound over time. So you let me know in the comments any of these tips help, or if you have any tips you want to share with the group chat. And thank you for watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. I want you to comment and then share this video with anyone that you know that's trying to save their money, no matter if it's $100 or 1,000. Let the people know about me and invite people to like and follow my channel. So don't set your notifications, hit that bell icon for more tips on now learning how wealth looks, feels, and is for you. That's it.